Welcome back to week number 15 of the 1962 season here in Sack to the Future. Today is basically an elimination game as the 7-6 New York Titans will visit the 7-6 Pittsburgh Steelers. The reason it's an elimination game is because there are literally about 7 teams fighting for these last 2 wildcard spots. So a win by either team will put the loser down by a game and a head-to-head matchup. So the loser is pretty much, although not mathematically, but pretty much eliminated from contention. See if we get a shot at the playoff picture. Nope, we're going to see some season stats here. You see the Steelers have been better statistically, but they do have the same record. Now, the downside for the Steelers is they lost their quarterback. Bobby Lane lost a bunch of time in the beginning. Steelers got dug into a hole. He came back. They dug themselves out of it, put themselves in playoff contention. But last week against San Francisco, Bobby Lane re-injured himself, and he is out for the remainder of the regular season. So if the Steelers are going to sneak into the playoffs as a wild card, they're going to have to do it behind veteran Ed Brown. There he is, Ed Brown, number 15. The Titans have been playing around 500 all year, 7-6. This is a chance for them to eliminate one of the teams hunting them for the wild card spot. They are currently in good position as far as the tiebreakers are concerned, but right now they are 2 games behind the Chargers for the first wild card spot and 1 game behind the Denver Broncos for the second. Now the Titans have a lot of control themselves. First, they can get rid of the Steelers with a win here today. Next week, they have the Buffalo Bills, another team fighting for that last wildcard spot. They could get rid of them with a win in that game. So they could eliminate a couple teams and get their record up to 9-6. And then they have a fairly easy game to end the season. Here's Ed Brown. He's at 12 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, close to 1,400 yards. Again, he has played actually more or about the same as Bobby Lane has so far this year. So they've split time because of Bobby Lane's injuries. So at least Ed Brown's not coming out ice cold or anything. But there's the man that's going to have a big part. John Henry Johnson, the 1962 Pro Bowler. Last week he had 75 yards. On the season, he's over 1,000. And he has put the ball in the end zone 8 times. Now, in real life, the 1962 Pittsburgh Steelers went 9-5, while the 1962 New York Titans went 5-9. So the Steelers are supposed to be the better team. There you see a nice pass to Buddy Dial, a 30-yard gain. So a nice opening here for the Steelers. The Steelers had a golden opportunity to basically move into the playoffs last week, hosting the team with the second best record in the National Football League, the 49ers. It was a close game, but they, after losing Bobby Lane, they just kind of lost the emotion that they needed to get past a very strong 49er team. And so now they have a lot of work to do. And they do have a harder schedule than the Titans, as they still have the Patriots, who are a 10-3 team. Take a look at their offensive line. Bradshaw, Sandusky, Nutter, Lemick, and James across the line. John Henry Johnson and Dick Hoke, the running backs. Buddy Dial and Gary Ballman are the receivers. I formation now. Tight end on the left side. And it's John Henry Johnson. Nice hole. Gets the first down across the 30. He's up to 19 yards now. 3 carries. And that from the shotgun handoff to the other running back, Dick Hogan. He gets nowhere. Here's the New York Titans defense. Waters and Torson on the outside. Guzman in the middle. Torson, the former Buffalo Bill. Bobo and Ellis in the middle. Larry Grantham, the super stud, on the outside. And Jerry Fields is the other outside linebacker. Billy Atkins, also a former Bill. Lee Riley, Wayne Fonts, and Paulson are your secondary men. And there's a throw on the money to Baldwin, who secures the catch, and it's another first down for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Well, going into last week, the Titans were holding on to the last wildcard spot. Again, they have a bunch of tiebreakers in their favor. But a loss last week and a remarkable comeback from the Broncos to beat the Patriots has now gotten the Titans in a big cluster of a bunch of other teams as the 7 seed, which of course we know only 6 make the playoffs, so they are tied with a bunch of teams as the best team not to make the playoffs. Another loss could put them behind even more teams and basically out of the playoffs. Ed Brown from the shotgun at 3rd and 16 now. Gets rid of the ball towards the end zone, but it's out of play. So Ed Brown does a good job avoiding the sack that may have taken him out of field goal range. And the kicker will come on. Lou Michaels. Ah, dang it. You might remember I had the Steelers bonus game on last week against the Niners. And noticed Lou Michaels was kicking with the wrong foot. Was supposed to fix it. I forgot to fix it before this game. So he's kicking with his right foot again, but he does put it home. And the Steelers take the lead 3-0. And now the Jets, under Coach Bulldog Turner, will take over. Out comes the quarterback, Johnny Green. He's been the quarterback all year. He's over 63%. He's got 2,100 yards, 16 touchdowns to only 7 interceptions. So Johnny Green with a breakout year here in 62. Former Buffalo Bill. A lot of these Titans are former Buffalo Bills. Some of them, such as Green, is performing much better here on the Titans than they did on the Bills. Other ones, such as Billy Atkins, maybe have taken a step back. Here is the offense. Kroll, Mashak, Hudick, Fournette, and Morelli across the line. Dick Christie and Bill Mathis, the running backs. Don Maynard and Art Powell, the receivers. And Thurlow Cooper is the tight end. Don Maynard, a very talented receiver on the outside. And Christie's having a pretty good year at running back. Green drops back in all kinds of trouble and hit by multiple Steelers, including the kicker, Lou Michaels. Johnny Green comes up firing on the money to Powell. A lot of attention paid to Don Maynard on the other side, and so Powell gets open for a 23-yard gain. Thomas on the stop. Green, a beautiful throw right on the money. And Green now hand off to Christie. He'll get a couple yards. Steelers defense, Lipscomb in the middle, Lou Michaels and Ernie Stautner, the defensive ends. Good line right there. Padios and Schmitz, the linebackers, Reger and Tarasovic are the outside backers. Willie Daniel and Clinton Thomas in the middle. Keys and Haley are your corners. And Green will hand it to Mathis this time. He makes one man miss and is able to get 3 yards in total. Bill Mathis, the 6'1", 220-pound fullback from Clemson University. Green will fake it this time to Mathis and come up firing again and hits Don Maynard. Don Maynard, of course, the 27-year-old veteran originally drafted by the New York Giants. Rarely misses a game. In 1962 real life, he plays in all 14 of the Titans games, and he has played in all 13 of their games here in Sack to the Future. Green completes again, this time to the tight end Cooper, so he's hit both receivers and the tight end on this drive, spreading the ball around. Which one of these teams will be eliminated? And after Christie and the Steelers get him behind the line. Hey, Vinny. Oh, that wasn't too late at all. Johnny Green, the former Bill, leading his team down the field. Green has time, throws it towards the sidelines, completes it to West. Not sure who this West is. It's Mel West, 5'9" receiver. Mathis gets the carry again. He has 2 carries for 3 yards now. Shotgun time for Johnny Green. He'll give it to Mathis again, and the Steelers intent on stopping the run game. Mathis has 3 carries, 5 yards. And there's the throw right on the money to Don Maynard. And I've expressed the number of ex-Buffalo Bills on this Titans team, including quarterback Johnny Green. Perhaps that is why the Buffalo Bills owner is rooting for the Titans, despite being a rival. Or it could simply be that next week the Bills take on the Titans. So if the Titans can eliminate the Steelers here, and then the Bills can beat the Titans next week, that's one of many things that has to go right for the Bills to get back into the playoffs. So that does make sense. Of course, it all starts with the Bills beating the Eagles, which I believe, here we go. Chargers and Broncos have it right now. There you see Titans, Steelers, Jaguars, and Oilers, all 7-6. And then the Buffalo Bills and Houston semi-pro Texans are at 6-7, not pictured. Also, the 1 seed seems to be in, well, it's still in doubt, but the only team that's clinched a playoff spot is the Dallas Texans, and they seem like they're on their way to the 1 seed. But the 2, 3, and 4 seed are also in a battle. The Browns, Colts, and Patriots. The Colts will play the Patriots next week, so that could determine a lot. Ed Brown now comes up firing to Burrow for another first down. The opening drive, the Steelers put a bunch of first downs together, but had to settle for the field goal. Brown's going to throw again towards the sidelines. He's got Mack. And that is a gain of 7 yards. Let's hand off to John Henry Johnson. Gets 2 yards, 3rd and 1. I believe I'm actually rooting for the Steelers in this one. The Steelers have a harder road ahead. And I know the Broncos lose the tiebreaker to the Titans. But they win the tiebreaker against the Steelers. So I think I'm going to have to go with the Steelers on this one. We'll see. It should be a good game. Of course, if the Broncos can take care of their business against the Oilers, that'll be another team that they win the tiebreaker against, and maybe they won't have to worry as much. The Broncos still get to play both the Oilers and Chargers, so if they just win out, they're in. But the likelihood of the Broncos winning out is not great, so that's why we go ahead and root for every advantage we can get. At the end of one, though, it's the Titans that lead 7-3. Steelers now 2nd and 10 from the 44. Brown will give it to John Henry Johnson. He gets blown up and fumbles the football, and the Titans recover. That's Wayne Fonts, who breaks a tackle, and he's going to go for a touchdown. Wayne Fonts picks up the ball, amazingly not touched while he's on the ground, gets up, breaks another tackle, and goes for a touchdown. And the Titans are stunning the Steelers crowd here as they now lead 13-3. And the kick is up and good. 14-3. The Titans have come into Pittsburgh and silenced this crowd. But you see a big matchup that'll be on the Brian Phelps. I'm sorry, the Tears 89 channel. That was the Oilers versus the Chargers. Pretty sure we all stand in agreement that we're rooting for the Browns. Well, I guess maybe the Colts are not, but everybody else is rooting for the Browns to beat the Chargers in that one. All right, so Ed Brown now down 14-3. He's going to have to put a drive together here. The 34-year-old veteran quarterback drops back, throws it underneath to Carpenter. Brown 5 of 7, 61 yards, but the big costly fumble. Oh, wait a minute. John Henry Johnson fumbled, right? I already forgot if it was... Yeah. Yep. In 1960. If you go back to the 1960 playlist on the Vinny X Wolf channel, you can see me controlling Ed Brown on the Bears, and Vinny would be controlling Johnny Green on the Bills. Yeah, so who would have thought that Steelers come in with their backup quarterback, and he hasn't been the problem. It's been their Pro Bowl, perennial Pro Bowl, eventual Hall of Fame running back that might have cost him the game. Brown, play action pass on 3rd and 11. Nobody believed it, but he still goes deep, and he throws it right into Riley's hands, who brings it back up near midfield. Not going well for the Steelers, and the fans are starting to boo here. Lee Riley, the 30-year-old safety out of Detroit Mercy, originally drafted by the Detroit Lions, which makes sense. Goes up high to pick that one up, but there was really no Steeler in the area. And now the Titans can really put the clamps down here. Hand off to Christie. That's only his 3rd carry. 3 carries, 6 yards. So back-to-back turnovers by the Steelers. Titans turned one of them into a touchdown immediately, and now let's see what they do with this one. Maynard in motion. Christie will get hit behind the line, lose yardage. And a 3rd and 9 coming up. A must stop for the Steelers here. Powell goes in motion. Green. Nice blitz pickup by Christie, but Green still on the run. And he's going to take off, run for the 1st down and get it. Johnny Green turns on the Jets there. And gets 19 yards. Perhaps inspiring possible franchise name change coming next year. Look at that, takes off. 19-yard gain. So now the Titans will give it to Christie, and he goes 20, 10, 5 in the end zone. Big play, Dick Christie. And it is all Titans now, 20-3. Unbelievable. Dick Christie. 31-yard touchdown run, and the Titans are laying it to the Steelers. The Titans, in real life 1962, only won 5 games, a 5-9 team, but here they are on their way to 8-6 and will be still alive for the playoffs. Unless the Steelers can do something. There is plenty of time. But the Steelers' heads just don't seem to be into the game. They lost Bobby Lane last week. That seems to have taken more than just a player away from him. Two other teams in playoff contention, the Denver Broncos and Dallas Cowboys, also lost their starting quarterbacks last week. They both responded by winning their games last week, however. So it did not seem to affect them as greatly as it has affected these Steelers. There's a handoff to John Henry Johnson, and he'll get 9 yards up to the 40-yard line. Still to come here in Sack to the Future. After this game, I still have one more game on this channel. It'll feature the Denver Broncos and the Houston Oilers, 2 teams that you saw in the AFC playoff picture earlier. That game is most likely going to be tomorrow. However, on the John M channel, he also has the Giants Cowboys, which is also potentially going to be tomorrow. So if John's up for it, then you might see both games. Oh, look at that. Fake to the fullback, a pitch to Hoke, and he gets a huge gain down to the 15-yard line. So the Steelers, if they can get a touchdown here, maybe turn this back into a game. If John's unable to get both games in and only gets the Giants-Cowboys in tomorrow, then the Oilers and Broncos will most likely be on Tuesday night. So that takes care of my channel, John's channel. On the Vinny X Wolf channel, the Bills are still left to come. They're taking on the Eagles, and then there is a bonus game of the Packers, currently the #1 seed in the NFL or NFC, against the Detroit Lions, one of the 2 teams they've lost to this year. And then on the Terrors 89 channel, you have the Cleveland Browns against the San Diego Chargers, a game that everyone should be watching, as it's very important that the Chargers lose that one. And he's also got again, that Cowboys-Giants game that from the Cowboys perspective will be on the Terrors 89 channel. And here's Hoke getting close, but not in. He's up to the 2. And I believe the Terrors 89 channel is also going to bring you another bonus game. The Minnesota Vikings, who are quietly still alive in the playoffs. It's hard to even believe. I don't think any newspapers even reported it. But Vinny X. Wolf, the insider here, has confirmed that the Vikings are alive in the playoffs. And they will be featured against the Washington Redskins on the Terrors 89 channel. Hand off to John Henry Johnson, and he will fight to the 5, but that's it. Second goal coming up. Steelers, they cannot settle for the field, but they need this ball to get into the end zone here. You see the Saints, the semi-pro Saints, take the lead against the Colts. And that could shake things up for sure. 3rd and goal. This is a huge play here. They got to get it in the end zone. Womack does get it in the end zone, but there's a flag. There is a flag. Momentarily, the crowd celebrates, but the ref's gonna break their hearts with the holding call against Dan James, the right tackle, and the Steelers will have to do it again, but this time from the 11-yard line. Ed Brown, and the entire line jumps outside of the center. So first holding on the tackle, then a mistake by every other lineman as well. And now it's 3rd and goal from the 16. And this is how teams lose their chance at the playoffs. As that ball's knocked away for an incompletion. And the Steelers will have to settle for a field goal. Turnovers and stupid penalties. And blocked kicks. Atkins kicked the ball about 4 times, refusing to use his hands to try to pick it up. He thought it was the other kind of football for a bit. There's a nice block. I wish they would show the replay of Billy Atkins. He tried to pick it up once, it didn't work, so they just started kicking it for about 17, 18 yards down the field. And then finally a Steeler was able to jump on it. So the Titans will take over at the 35-yard line. Johnny Green turns, he'll fake it to Christie. And he's got time. He rolls to the right and throws it on the run deep downfield and into the hands of the Steelers. Keys, who brings it back across the 40. And that was a completely moronic throw by Johnny Green. Right to Brady Keys, a 26-year-old out of Colorado State. And now the Steelers have been given another chance to score points before the half. So the Steelers put the ball in the end zone, but a penalty stopped it from counting. Then they backed themselves further with another penalty. Then they got their field goal blocked. Complete disaster. But then Johnny Green, on the very first play of his drive, gives it right back to the Steelers. And now let's see if they can get down there and get some points. Ed Brown, 8 of 12, not terrible. From the shotgun here, he'll step up, he'll throw it to Ballman. That's another gain of about 9. There's an injury, though. That's Gary Ballman. So the Steelers just keep racking up the injuries. Burrow will come in to replace him. And another jump from, I believe that's going to be the right tackle again. Dan James, former first-round pick of the 49ers. He's just got to get his head into the game. He has cost the Steelers a touchdown already. Now he cost them another 5 yards there. Brown steps up. He throws it to Burrell, who drops it. Incomplete. 3rd and 6 coming up now. Med Brown backs the pass. Throws it. Nice catch by Carpenter. That is Preston Carpenter. The former Cleveland Brown. Although I'm not sure that Terrors ever played with him, as he may have been on the Steelers already by 1960. Yes, he was. He was a Brown in the 50s, came to the Steelers in 1960. Preston Carpenter. Out of St. Mary's, California. Brown drops, back pedals is the right word for the screen pass. Gets it to John Henry Johnson. And Johnson able to get a few yards. Steelers tried to score, but also leave no time for the Titans. Brown steps up. He's got Carpenter again. And Carpenter up to the 12-yard line. And now the Steelers will go ahead and call time with 55 seconds to go. Well, here we are again. Steelers in the red zone, needing to put the ball in the end zone. They've been here twice. They have a total of 3 points. And that's what you do when you get in the red zone. You have everyone beside the center take off moving. So it's an easy 5-yard penalty call. Ed Brown now completes it to Burrell, and he gets up to the 6-yard line. If it wasn't for the penalty, that would be a 1st and goal from the 1. But instead, it's 2nd and 5 from the 6-yard line. 39, 38, 37, 6, 5. Brown from the shotgun. Over the middle to Collins for the touchdown. I'm not sure who that is. I believe that might be roster filler. The 4th back on the Steelers. I don't know why he's playing. Anyways, the Steelers did get the touchdown, so we will be able to have something to watch in the second half, which I guess is good. Also, I'm kind of rooting for the Steelers to win, so definitely good for me. And now, will Johnny Green just kneel the ball, or will he try to do something? You've seen him make a great running play and also a stupid passing play, so see if his coach, Bulldog Turner, will let him try to make a play or just tell him to kneel the ball. Looks like they're going to hand it to Christie here. They do give it to Christie, and he takes a shot, but holds on to the ball. And now the Titans are not going to call another play, I don't think. No, they're not. It's halftime. We'll be back in a minute. Here's Ed Brown's 1 touchdown pass. And we will resume the second half. Steelers kicking to the Titans. Titans with an 11-point advantage. And the ball. See, the Steelers have the edge in total yardage. But the turnovers, including a blocked field goal, have been the difference. And there is Johnny Green delivering a pass to Stanton. I believe is another roster filler. So both teams roster filler. Making plays, and look at Christie making a play there. He breaks the tackles behind the line, and then he jets out across into the 10-5 touchdown. No, down at the 1. Christie on just 7 carries has 92 yards today. That was an incredible run by Dick Christie. And the Titans are up by 11, and they have a 1st and goal inside the 1. Steelers are going to need a miracle defensive stop here. They'll give it to Mathis, and the Steelers do stop him on 1st down. Christie, after that huge run, is tired, so Mathis is going to have to be the one that gets it into the end zone, I believe. Or they'll let Johnny Green take it from the shotgun. He will give it to Mathis, but the Steelers are all over the running play. And now the Titans are backed up to the 3-yard line. 3rd and goal from the 3. Steelers 1 play away from getting out of this. If they only allow 3 points after that big run, they will feel like a moral victory for sure. Keeping it a 2-score game. Johnny Green would like to break that feeling. And he does put the ball on the money to Powell for the touchdown. And the Titans turn it back to a 3-score game. And this crowd got real quiet. Johnny Green on the money to his 2nd best receiver in Art Powell. Although in 1962, you could certainly argue Art Powell was the best receiver on the Titans, as he had 8 more catches and 90 more yards than Don Maynard, although both of them had 8 touchdowns in real life. Here's Dial from inside the 10, across 20, 30, down to the 32, and the Steelers are going to need to start scoring points, and quickly. Ed Brown coming back out. Steelers still have more total yards. But of course the Titans are the better ground team after that huge run by Christie. Brown will fake it, John Henry Johnson, and then get hit by 2 people and sacked. Laverne Tortzen and Larry Grantham combined on that sack. That is the 2nd Titan sack of the afternoon. There you see the Texans are playing the Texans. That's the number 1 seed in the AFC versus a team on the outside looking in for the wild card spot. And there you see the running back. I believe that was John Henry Johnson. It may have been Womack. What's Lee Riley? Well, did you see Billy Atkins trying to pick up that fumble or blocked kick? Green's been okay, Torsten's been good, but Atkins has been entertaining at least. And then John Henry Johnson across the 50, and he drags a man a couple more yards. Here you see. That was number 56 who was holding on for dear life. Roger Ellis. And it's John Henry Johnson again, and this time he's caught in the backfield and put down. And that might have been Billy Atkins that came up from the safety spot. It was Billy Atkins who came up and met John Henry Johnson in the hole. Right on cue, the former Bill coming up with a big hit. And I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of time left. I guess it's okay, but with the ball on the other side of the field and just 1 yard needed, I think you got to give it to your big man, John Henry Johnson, and get the first down there. Steelers elect to punt, and the Titans can put the game away if they have another touchdown drive here. Art Powell, 2 catches, 26 yards, and of course the touchdown on the last drive. He has been solid with limited action. Titans really haven't thrown the ball much today. They've done it with turnovers and a ground attack. And apparently viewers are leaving because it's kind of a blowout. Johnny Green's going to take off and take a shot, but hold on to the football. He now has 25 yards on 2 carries. Well, the crowd here in Pittsburgh is basically giving their defense one more chance to stop. Okay, all right, so Vinny's going to hold on. Well, he wants the Titans to win anyway, so when it's your team that's winning, it's kind of okay if it's a blowout. But we got to hope the Steelers stop them and get another touchdown on the board just to make it an interesting fourth quarter. Green rolls out, puts it on the money to Flowers. And it's another first down. Charlie Flowers on the reception, the former, or the draft pick of the New York Giants originally. A lot of these Titans are either former Buffalo Bills or former New York Giants draft picks. And then you see the Colts still alive for the 2 seed. Starting to pull away from the semi-pro Saints team. All right, Vinny, let me ask you this. 10-3 Browns against the 9-4 Chargers. Are you rooting for the Chargers to lose out, for the Bills to have another team that they could possibly catch? Or are you rooting for a Chargers victory so that the Colts can catch and possibly pass the Browns before the end of the season? 3rd and 3, Green will give it to Mathis, and he fights for the first down. And the Titans are doing exactly what their coach, Bulldog Turner, would want them to do. Working on the clock already here in the 3rd quarter. Play action pass now. Green avoids one sacker and fires it downfield, and if that was caught in bounds, that is a nice catch. Green now 10 of 12. That was Stanton. Bobby Fowler. I don't know why Stanton's even in there. 1, 2, 3. So he's the... I didn't notice any injuries or anything, but he's like the 4th or 5th receiver on the depth charts. But he got in there for that play. Maybe someone was tired. Always hate when the roster fillers do anything. There's not a roster filler. That's big Ernie Stautner. He gets a 10-yard sack, moving the Titans back out of field goal range. Green now underneath the Maynard. Gets a couple of those yards back. And the Titans have gotten the ball, or the clock, to wind under 2 minutes here in the third quarter, up by 18. See if this is a draw play to get a couple extra yards. No, it's a fake draw play. Green will roll to his right and fire across his body. Very dangerous. If that would have been picked off, that's a pick six. So Green comes inches away from giving the Steelers new life, but instead the Titans will punt. A 49-yard field goal they do not believe their kicker can make. But if this is not a good punt, it's going to be a stupid decision, as they're only going to get... Okay. They did get it out at the 9, so that's not too bad. I was going to say, if he kicks it into the end zone, it's a 12-yard play. That would be not worth it at all. But at the 9, a 3-score game. I guess even if they make the field goal, it's still a 3-score game anyway, so they figure make the Steelers go 91 yards. They want to get back into this thing, make them take 3 minutes off the clock or so. As Brown will fake it to John Henry Johnson and get hit as he throws. He was hit down in the leg or hip area. Got enough on the throw to get it out of bounds. That could have been dangerous. And now you see the Steelers trying to spread out the Titans defense, and they'll hand it to John Henry Johnson out of that formation. Clearly scouting the Houston Oilers. That play. As that is the Toller special. John Henry Johnson not having the year that Charlie Toller has. 3rd and 4. Brown throws it a little bit too far out of the reach, and 4th and 4. Third quarter, I think they'll probably still punt. You can't do a fake from your own 15, so Brown's going to go ahead and punt this one. And it's a monster punt back to the 25. Christie returns it 8 yards to the 33, and that's where the Titans will take over. Now, there is no reason the Titans don't get the clock to get into the 4th quarter before they give the ball back to the Steelers. Although the computer will do some weird things. And up to Christie, he gets blown up in the backfield by Lou Michaels. But the clock is running. That's probably the most important thing from the Titans' point of view at this time here. And holding on to the ball, of course. Johnny Green rolls out and runs right into a sack. Michaels has made plays on both 1st and 2nd down. And that's his 3rd sack by the Steelers today. And Green not doing a good job of taking the clock down. And he snaps this with 18 seconds left. And he rolls to his left. And now he's going to take off and run. And the Steeler waiting for him was number 47, who is Jackie Simpson, the former draft pick of the Baltimore Colts, was waiting for him and made him slide to avoid decapitation. But the Titans do the minimum required of them, which is get out of the 3rd quarter. And the Steelers will have to score 3 times in this 4th quarter if they want any chance of making the playoffs here in 1962, sack of the feature. Curly Johnson bombs this one into the end zone. And the Steelers will have to go 80 yards here for their first score. They need at least 2 touchdowns. If they're able to get 2-point conversions, then their 3rd drive only needs to be a field goal. Brown starts off by completing to Collins for a 1st down. You see the Titans were playing a little bit off. Letting them complete the underneath stuff, trying to Not necessarily stop the Steelers from scoring, just making sure they take a lot of time if they're going to do it. That's a nice throw to Carpenter, another first down. And now the Titans coach has decided to press the receivers and has ordered his team to go for the strip ball. Let's see if there's any missed tackles here. Complete to John Henry Johnson. And he's slung to the ground, but another first down. So Brown has come out 3 for 3 with 3 first downs, and they're already on the Titan side of the field. Now, the only thing that matters is touchdowns here, so all the yards, if they stop at the 2-yard line, doesn't mean anything. Got to get in the end zone. Brown, oh, he hit his man before he turned around. Brown was pressured a little bit, got it out. If Burrell would have turned around, he would have had another first down. But the rookie from Rice did not get his head turned around in time. Actually, it was at his feet anyways. Brown now from the shotgun. In all kinds of trouble. Ripped down to the ground. He fumbles the ball. Buzz Nutter picks it up. And he actually gets I think he might have gained 3 yards, or did he lose a yard? Either way, he gained 10 more than they would have had. That would have been back at the 50-yard line. But Buzz Nutter picks it up and runs it 10 yards. 3rd and 7. Of course, they're going for it on 4th down. And Mack able to get another first down. And he got out of bounds, but we're still over 5 minutes, so that doesn't stop the clock for the Steelers. Which one's the, is that Buzz Nutter is the former Colt, or the guy that just caught it? Oh, yeah. Bunch of former Colts and Bills in this one. Dial makes one man miss, makes another man miss, and gets into the end zone. That was fantastic running after the catch by Dial. That looked like a 15-yard pass, and when Dial was done, it's a touchdown. Fantastic. Look at that. A little throw about 7 yards. He got 7. You knew that was going to happen. But then he makes a couple moves, and Billy Atkins just fell. Ankle breaker move coming up here. What is Billy Atkins doing? Dial in the end zone for the touchdown. All right, Vinny. 1962, not far enough in the past. Vinny X Wolf going a full century beyond that to 1869. I will probably check that out when this game is over. Good luck with that. If you're watching this on a replay, that's the Vinny X Wolf channel. And I knew what it was called, but I forgot now. Not Blast from the Past. Gridiron History, I believe, is what you're going to want to search. And 1869 is where it's going to start. My goodness, that's a long time ago. Green, handoff to Christie. 2nd and 7. Well, let's see if the Steelers can stop the Titans and not even give up a first down. This could be an incredible ending here. Steelers playoff hopes all but dead, and then Buddy Dial comes up with a huge run after the catch. Johnny Green unleashing a bomb, tipped and incomplete, and an injury. Doesn't seem to be to Powell though. Not sure who got hurt. Johnny Green went for everything. I think Powell had to turn into the defender there. You see how he got up and he was waving his arms as incomplete. So let's see here. Looks like Powell kind of turned into the defender there. But Johnny Green went for it all. Whatever you want to say about Green, he is not afraid to try to end it. He's got the killer instinct on the inside, just not sure if he has the arm talent to execute the killer instinct. But the Steelers have done their job. They allowed the Titans to only take 1 minute off the clock, and they're going to get the ball back with about 5 minutes to go in this thing, and now it's a 2-score game. .71 yards to go this time. If Buddy Dial can turn another 7-yard pass into 40, then this will get real exciting real quick. Brown from the shotgun comes up, he slings it downfield, and he's got Burrow across the midfield into Titan territory. 5 minutes to go in this game, and the Steelers down by 11. The crowd is starting to get cautiously excited as the Steelers are making a bit of a comeback here. 5 minutes to go. If they score on this drive, there's still plenty of time. They have to get at least a field goal, though. Brown throws it underneath Johnson. He cannot hold on. Bunch of traffic there. You see the New York Titans come in as the 24th best team at sacking the quarterback, which is not great. Well, 32 teams, because that includes the semi-pro teams. It is Madden 18 after all. But only, 3 today. That's pretty good. John Henry Johnson gets a nice gain up to the 32-yard line. Still not quite in field goal range, though. They need a few more. Third and 2, big play. Ed Brown, Cox fires, tipped, and almost caught. That's the second time he's gotten rid of the ball. A little too quick for Burrow. The rookie and the veteran not on the same page. Almost made a nice catch anyways, though, but here it is. I don't want to say this is the game, but it's a huge play. If the Titans stop him here, they feel very comfortable. And if the John Henry Johnson, and I don't know, I don't think so. I think the Titans stopped him. The Titans did stop John Henry Johnson, and now all they have to do is hand the ball off 3 times, get it close to the 2-minute warning, and give it back to the Steelers with no time to score twice. Let's see if that's what they do, or if Johnny Green throws an interception. He runs back 10 yards and throws it out of bounds. That is not going to work on the clock. And now the Steelers might get it back with 3 minutes to go. Again, if Johnny Green gets the first down, that play doesn't matter. But if he doesn't, that's a 30 to 40 second waster. And if the Christie, he pulls it out to the side, but the Steelers hit him and fumble the football. Oh my goodness, what just happened? Dick Christie fumbled the football. Krupa fell on it, and the Steelers, with 4 minutes and 17 seconds to go, have the ball already in field goal range, down by 11. My goodness. The crowd's back into it now. This game is on. Screen pass set up here. Hoke gets it across the 25. Gets a block inside the 20. They're now in the red zone. Brown in trouble, sacked, but I believe he was pulled down by the face mask. Unbelievable. Brown gets sacked, but it's a personal foul, and with 3:55 to go, the Steelers are just 12 yards away from making this thing very uncomfortable for the Titans. It's a fake to the fullback, and they'll pitch it to John Henry Johnson, and he motors into the end zone for the touchdown, making up for the earlier fumble. John Henry Johnson has made this a very close game. It is now just a 5-point game. Steelers back-to-back touchdown drives, and now the 2-point conversion, which is actually pretty crucial. If the Steelers get this, they will only need a field goal to tie. But they'll have to go back 5 yards. Let's see if that makes any difference. It does not. They're still going to go for 2, although now it requires a 7-yard play. So take the running out. It's got to be a pass, I think. Brown will throw. And complete for 2 points to Preston Carpenter. And the Steelers have come all the way back and made it a 3-point game. Again, the loser is done in the AFC. The Titans 28, Steelers 25. Some of the crowd left earlier when the Steelers were down by 18, but the majority of fans have stayed put, and now this place is loud. And the Titans are going to have to fight the crowd noise as well as the supercharged Pittsburgh Steelers defense. Christie fumbled on his last carry. He covers it up nicely with 2 hands there. And there you see Titans still lead on the ground, but it's getting closer. The Steelers are dominating in the air. 3.5 minutes now, a couple more. If they do not get a first down, the Steelers will get the ball back on this side of the 2-minute warning. Green drops back, and he throws it to no one. That stops the clock, and the Titans are imploding here. Oh my goodness. Green from the shotgun. He'll step up. He's going to run for it. No, he gets rid of it. On the money to Don Maynard. First down. There is a flag. Was he across the line when he threw it? He was across the line when he threw it. That's going to be a loss of down. And the Steelers are going to get the ball back. Unbelievable. 3:21. That also stops the clock. Everything that could go wrong went wrong for the Titans on that play after they thought they had a first down. And now Curly Johnson's punting to the Steelers. The Steelers have 3 minutes to get a field goal. But look at this punt. Oh, did it stop on the one? It hit the goal line. It just hit the goal line. And instead of a touchback, or instead of the ball down at the 1-inch line, it's a touchback, and the Steelers have it at the 20. Well, the Steelers now, 3:13 to go. They have a chance to get a game-winning drive here if they put the ball in the end zone for the 3rd consecutive time. Brown will swing pass to John Henry Johnson, a gain of 1. Brown now 22 of 32, 281 yards, 2 touchdowns. Pretty good day for the veteran quarterback. Brown now 2nd and 9. He's got time. And he goes underneath to Collins for a gain of 7. We're now under 3 minutes to go. It's a 3-point game. Even if the Steelers can't score on this drive, they have time to punt it. They'll give it to John Henry Johnson. He'll get the first down and more up to the 38-yard line. John Henry Johnson now up to 87 yards. 21 carries, 87 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 fumble. Pretty decent day. Started off disastrous, but he has been good here in the second half. But the Steelers line is back at the cost in their team yardage. Brown from the shotgun. Throws it. I think that's incomplete, or did he get it? Well, even if he caught it, it was a gain of 0. It was a catch, but it's a gain of nothing. 2.5 minutes to go. Brown, 2nd and 15 now. He'll fire and complete. And Brown is now up to 298 yards throwing. That was complete to Ballman. 3rd and 4. Will the Steelers get another playoff before the 2-minute warning? They should be able to. Brown from the shotgun. Fires over the middle to Womack, who gets hit and fumbles the football, and the Titans recover it. So he hit Womack out of the backfield, got the first down, but then Womack, the little running back, gets destroyed. Joe Womack, the 5'9" running back from Los Angeles State, the rookie, makes the play, gets the first down, gets hit, and I don't think he fumbled that. It was called a fumble. They're supposed to automatically review it, but he seemed to be on the ground by the time the ball actually came out of his hand. This is a shame if they don't review it. They're not going to. And the Titans get the benefit of the call there. It seemed like his right arm was down when the ball came out of his left hand. Oof, tough break for the Steelers. Huge break for the Titans. And Christie gets met in the backfield. And that takes us to the 2-minute warning. So 2 minutes to go here from Pittsburgh. The Titans and Steelers playing in an elimination game here in the AFC. Loser is done. I mean, they'll still have 2 games to play, but they have no chance of making the playoffs if they lose. And it's the Titans who lead the Steelers 28-25. 3rd and 11. The Steelers still have 2 timeouts, so if the Titans do not get the first down, the Steelers can call a timeout, still have over a minute and a half, and with 1 timeout, so still decent shape for the Steelers. Titans need a first down to really put pressure on them. Christie gets a huge hole and almost got it. On 3rd and 11, they call the run play, and Christie gets 10 yards, over 100 now for the day, but he needed 11 to put the Steelers away, so the Steelers will breathe a big sigh of relief, call a timeout, and have the Titans punt, and the Steelers will get one more chance in front of their home crowd to save their season. Burley Johnson on the punt. He's just going to punt this into the end zone, out of the back of the end zone, not trying anything fancy, just kick it as hard as you can and make sure the Steelers have to go at least 50 yards to get a field goal off. Can Ed Brown lead the Steelers 50 yards or more? A minute 47 seconds with a timeout. That should be plenty of time if there's no sacks involved. Although the offensive line has been committing a lot of penalties, and that would be 10-second runoffs at this point. Quick throw to Collins, who gets about 8 yards, and the Titans are going for the fumble here. They have been hitting hard, going for the big hit. If they force another fumble, the game's over. If they miss a tackle by going for the big hit, someone like Buddy Dial, like he did earlier, can turn a 7-yard pass into a 50-yard pass. So we will see how this plays out. There's what I'm talking about. The offensive line jumps, and that's going to cost the Steelers 10 seconds right there. And 5 yards. Steelers have got 12 of their 50. They still need about 38 yards. Still have 80 seconds and a timeout. Ed Brown from the shotgun. He'll step up and throw on the money to Carpenter, and they get a big chunk there all the way up to the 42-yard line, and now they're just about 15 yards away from being in field goal range. Plenty of time. Time is not the issue anymore. Brown will throw it to no one. That does stop the clock, but again, time's not the issue. Brown's over 350 yards. 2nd and 10. Need one more first down. Brown in trouble. He's got to get rid of it. He cannot get sacked. Gets it to Hoke. Gets a couple yards. Still not in field goal range. Again, time's not the issue. The issue here is in the next 2 plays, they need to get 5 yards. Or 4.5. Brown. Waiting. Can't get sacked. He gets rid of it to Burrow, but he does not get out of bounds. Now time starts to become a little bit more of an issue. The immediate issue is they need 4 yards on this play. Then after that, they do need to start paying attention to the clock. Make sure you get this first down, though. Titans will get the sack, and the Titans are going to still escape Pittsburgh with a win. It looked like it was going to be easy. The Steelers made a great game of it, but the Titans come up huge at the end, get the sack they needed, and they are 2 kneel downs away from advancing their season, where the Steelers fans will have to go home knowing that their team has been eliminated from the playoffs. They will call their last timeout just in case Johnny Green fumbles the snap. But all Johnny Green's got to do now is handle a snap, get his knee to the ground, and the Titans will remain alive at 8-6. There it is. Titans win. They improve to 8-6, and they will be rooting for the Oilers either tomorrow or Tuesday night on this channel as the Oilers play the Broncos. If the Oilers win, the Oilers, Broncos, and Titans will all be 8-6, and I believe the Titans actually hold that tiebreaker, so the Titans could be the 6th seed again as early as tomorrow night if the Oilers beat the Broncos. Even if the Oilers don't beat the Broncos, the Titans are still very much alive, whereas the Steelers are not. Well, the Steelers made it a game, but they just got too big of a hole too early. There you see 15 points in the fourth quarter just wasn't enough. Titans win 28-25. Some of the highlights: John Henry Johnson had a pretty good game, over 80 yards and a touchdown. Christie was even better as he went over the century mark with a touchdown. Both fumbled though. There's Don Maynard with a touchdown pass. Powell had one as well. Buddy Dial had a great run after catch there for a touchdown. The difference actually was the blocked kick that was returned for a touchdown. No, a fumble. The fumble was returned for the touchdown. The blocked field goal also took 3 points away from the Steelers. So the blocked field goal cost the Steelers from tying it, and the fumble return for the touchdown won it for the Titans. But thank you for watching. Titans remain alive. Steelers are dead in 1962. Remember to come back tomorrow or Tuesday, if it doesn't happen tomorrow, to see the Broncos take on the Oilers. Until then, have a good day.